Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we're taking a look at some more Rise of the Beast toys that actually really aren't Rise of the Beast toys. These are the Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Igniters, Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. Now, originally, these were supposed to be Rise of the Beast toys exclusive to Target, but because, as we all know, the film was delayed, they've been released under the Buzzworthy line as straight Bumblebee toys, which is kind of interesting because the Igniters came from the Bumblebee line. So it's kind of, just a re-release. And from what I can tell, yes, these are re-releases of the Igniters. Funny enough, these were two I don't think I ever got. I know I didn't have Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee I only went with the Camaro that actually had the handgun and I think the battle mask, which was the retool. Seeing as how these figures are already 4 years old, thanks Google Photos, allow me to explain the gimmick. These are obviously simple transforming figures that come with the igniter engine, which is something that looks like this. And basically, if you grew up in the 1980s, you're familiar with the type of toys where you would have like a lever pullback motor, which you can do that. You can pull back on this too. See, this it takes a while to do it, but it's a geared system that will propel the cars forward. Also, you'll notice there's a little extra plug here. I've always suspected that when you got to the larger igniter figures, which I think are called Nitro class, like helicopter dropkick, this was intended to plug in and rotate the blades while propelling the vehicle forward. Unfortunately, that gimmick was dropped, but this little nub still exists. There are also smaller igniter figures that were like Legion, smaller than Core. They were Legion class that you would plug the engine in here and it would propel them along. So it was a really fun gimmick, and I'm glad to see it here because in 4 years' time, really, I can tell you there weren't a lot of fans around back then. So let me just move the engines out of the way. Now, let me just tell you real quick. They look the same. Each engine is different. This one has like a more technological look to it with like some flames molded in. I think that's Bumblebee's. This one, I'm fairly certain is Optimus Prime's because the back of the box you can clearly see this piston detailing being used with the figure. So let me move those off to the side, and we can take a better look at the figures. We'll start off with Bumblebee, and this is its normal movie look. The one thing you can say about these simplified figures is when it comes to like the facial detailing and stuff, they sometimes do a better job than the more complicated Transformers. You know, less joints, more straight lines to work the details and paneling in. So, nice looking figure. I would have preferred to have seen the one with the hand cannon molded in. It's replacing this section, just because I felt it would be have a little bit more of a play function to it. Prime here is completely new to me, and surprisingly, there is a lot going on with its transformation. I do want to say I think that is an open faceplate, although it's very hard to tell, even on camera. But it has its traditional primary colors, red, blue, and instead of white, we have silver. So that's about it for that. For the transformations, you know what? Let's just get right into it. Very simple with Bumblebee. Bring the legs together, flip up the heel pieces, bring the arms down, flip up the chest. It actually pegs in quite nicely. Make sure the arms are straight. There are little tabs here on the side that the fist will peg into. And then finally, what you want to do is flip up these shin pieces, and these will sit under tabs on the front wheels, just like so. Make sure everything's all squared up. And there you have, Bumblebee in its vehicle mode. And there you go. Prime, on the other hand, has actually a little bit more going for him. In fact, when you get him out of the package, the arms are actually rotated around. Very interesting transformation. First, what you want to do is open up the chest here, flip down the head and all the way. This will form the roof of the vehicle. Next, what you want to do is flip up the heel spurs. Now, you'll notice on this one, it has a slot that will peg into a tab that was on the bottom of the other foot. This is how the legs will hold together. Next, what you want to do is fold the legs up at that black hinge piece. It kind of will, and you just might actually unlock the legs a little there. That happens, so bring that up. Now what you want to do is start by rotating the arms up and out, and then continue to rotate them around like you're doing the traditional Optimus Prime transformation. And this will peg in there, and yeah, the legs will unfortunately unpeg. They're not the most stable of transformations. You might have to give this a little bit of the old Transformers squeeze when you're done, just to make sure everything is locked up together. The two shoulder pieces will peg together. That pegs together. And there you go. There's Optimus in its truck mode. A little bit with the G1 aesthetic, a little bit like that movie aesthetic. So, really cool. I dig it. Now, let's bring the engines back in. And we'll get to the real gimmick of the Igniters line. And that's basically how you connect these to the cars. On Bumblebee here, you want to open up the back, just like so. That will fan out these panels. Has some built-in blasters there. I don't know if those are thrusters or blasters. I always thought of them as blasters. And basically what you want to do is drop the engine in. It will snap into place and hold. On Optimus Prime, you want to do the same thing. Push in the back section of its legs, the hitch section. And then you got this igniter. And again, with the peg facing forward, drop it in. And we're ready to go. So basically what you're going to do is push down on the lever, and that will let the car rip. So let me pull these back a little. Yes, they're off camera now, and I'll just show you how they work. Oh, that was a little, get Bumblebee. I think we have a technical problem with Bumblebee, so. Yep, there we go. There's Bumblebee, and let's bring Prime in. Yep, there we go. Prime actually has a little more oomph to him, believe it or not. I think it's because Prime is actually a little bit lighter than the Camaro. The leg section is a little thinner, but it does, both of them are a lot of fun. And I remember back with the Bumblebee line, the engines were actually kind of cool. You got them in different colors. Each one was very unique in terms of the molding and greebling on them. So there was a lot of fun there. We'll pause right now, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. Obviously, the Igniters toys are only going to appeal to a certain younger demographic of the audience. But these are really fun figures, and at the time, really made for great desk toys. I really like the motor gimmick. That's a lot of fun. You can have a lot of fun, especially like on a nice, smooth, flat surface. These can really, get it going. And let me just share, cats love chasing them. I was able to get this off of Target.com. Now, these have just started to be found in Target stores. I didn't think they were going to show up on Target.com that soon, but actually Sunday, I got a little bit of a notice that they were in stock, so I immediately jumped on it. And I'm happy. It's a nice little trip down memory lane. My other Bumblebee igniters are all packed away, but it's kind of funny that the first toys for the next movie line are basically repacks of older toys and being, shipped under other names. I don't know if with the Smash and Change Optimus Prime, are these going to be repackaged with Rise of the Beast packaging down the line? But if they are, it's the same toys. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. As always, that will help with the algorithms. It helps promote the channel and get my content out there. As some of you know, with a lot of these early reviewers, it's very hard to get eyes on my videos, so any support is appreciated. Speaking of support, I do have a Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. But let me be very, very clear. I understand this is a time of recession. If you're having trouble, getting by, paying for gas, paying for food, you forget all about me. Your views are more than thanks enough, and Patreon is just that cherry on top of an already generous sundae. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and the fact that I've been able to do this for that long is in no small part with the support I get from all of you. It's not easy, and I've said this time and again, I'm in this for the long haul, and I appreciate every single one of you. With that being said, this is your old pal Chuck for Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. We will see you next time.